Hi, Julia. Thank you so much for taking out the time to share your experience about being in the 8-week sales mastery course with other firm owners that might be in your same shoes where you were just a couple months ago. So I'd love it if you can share where you're at in the country and what does your firm specialize in, and the services you provide in your firm.
I am in Virginia, and my firm specializes in bookkeeping and payroll.
Awesome. And what were your biggest challenges as it related to the sales and pricing of your bookkeeping and payroll services that had you like just feeling overwhelmed, maybe a little burnt out, working a lot, not making as much money as maybe you had hoped so?
One of my struggles was not being able to express my value to prospects. And also because of that, I always ended up second guessing myself during sales calls or underpricing my services because I didn't understand the process
Yeah.
of showing what I bring to the table and my value.
Yeah. And how long, Julia, had that been going on, and how much money were you losing because you were second guessing yourself in sales meetings and reducing your prices?
Well, that has been going on for quite a while, probably the last 3 years.
Uh-huh.
And I had been leaving hundreds of thousands of dollars on the table because, again, I wasn't pricing according to my value.
Right. Wow. And I'm sure that left a lot of frustration. What was that moment though for you where you're like, I need to do something about this. I can no longer keep going the way I've been going.
It was, I felt like I kept spinning my wheels, saying I needed to do something about it, but not actually taking any action, until, I came across your podcast. And even then, it took me a long time to actually, take that step because I was afraid that maybe I wasn't, going to put the effort that I needed to
Hmm.
into the course.
Yeah. And what would you share with another firm owner that might be that same way? They've listened to the podcast, they know they need to do something, they've left hundreds of thousands of dollars on the table, but you're just still not taking that next step. Like, what would you share now that you've been through the 8-week sales mastery course that maybe would help a firm owner that was in your exact shoes?
I would say to really go ahead and take the plunge because not only we learn about sales, we learn about changing our mindset. That is a big block for a lot of us bookkeepers and accountants. And, with all the exercises that we do during the course, it really opens your eyes as to what all the possibilities there are for you to, get better paying clients and high quality clients.
Yeah, for sure. And was there ever a moment or time that you thought that this wasn't going to work for you when you decided to take the plunge and go all in?
No, I decided to go in and just listen to you and do what you're telling me to do. I'm still, working on doing that, and I know that this is really an investment that is worth my time and the money.
Yeah. And I'd love it if you can share what have been some of your biggest takeaways, wins, or victories that you saw in just the last couple months.
Well, one of my biggest wins is I've been able to collect money in AR that I thought actually I wasn't going to be able to collect.
How
But
much?
also, well, so far I've collected $850 of my AR, but I've also increased the prices to two of my clients. And I feel like now I'm very prepared when somebody reaches out to me for my services to say the right thing and to really dig in their pain points.
Yes. And I'm so proud of you raising the prices to two of your current clients. Were you scared they were going to leave you and say no?
I was very scared, and to one of them, I actually was charging really a low price, and the scope had increased, and I had never actually increase my prices, and I more than doubled the pricing.
Yay!
Yes.
Awesome. I love it, Julia. Congratulations. And I'd love it if you can walk us through the program flow from your perspective. Like, what was your experience like during the 8 weeks inside our 8 week sales mastery course that you could share with other firm owners that might be wondering what's the program flow? What's the experience like from the firm owner's hat?
Well, one thing that I liked about the program and is really a structure, and it starts from the very bottom, like showing you your value and doing that exercise where you have to list all the things, all your courses. And it was really eye-opening
Yeah.
for me that my experience and the time and money that I spent into my education wasn't translating equally to, my services and my pricing. And then I also like that we get to do the homework and then we got to go in the, meetings. And if we have any questions, we have all these different people with their perspective to, where we can share
Hmm.
our own struggles. I really enjoyed the chapter about the analogies and then creating all of those templates. That's a resource that will be very helpful for me in the future, just to have access to quickly and organize. I
Yeah,
really like that.
that's your sales binder. That's where you
Yes,
get to
and
go.
I love the sales binder, and it's a different way of doing a sales call to what I was used to. So that was a little bit stressful and scary, but I know it works.
Yeah, what was different about what you did in the past versus now that was so scary? But now
Well,
you
in the
see the
past, I
benefit.
would go to the sales call. I thought I was prepared, but I really wasn't prepared because as the course teaches us, we have to, take a full hour to prepare to that for that call. So you
Yes,
cover all your bases.
yes.
So it's a completely different shift in how I was doing things, and I definitely have learned so much from that.
Awesome. And Julia, how much of what you learned were you able to implement right away in your client conversations and just different scenarios that you had on a day-to-day basis?
Well, I've been able to implement a lot when it comes to boundaries. That's the first thing I started implementing because, I was lacking some of that, always allowing clients to dictate, my time. So that is no longer an issue. But also now I know that for every call or every quick question, they need to make an appointment with me and pay extra for that.
Love
So I'm getting,
But
compensated for my time.
you were able to implement stuff right away. You didn't
Yes,
have to
yes.
wait.
As soon the first week I was able to implement things. Actually, as soon as I signed up for the course, I was able to start implementing boundaries. It's like it gave me that push that I needed,
Yeah.
knowing that I had you, in my kind of backup. It kind
I'm
of
in
gave
your
me
head
that.
now.
It kind of gave me that push to be like, okay, Michelle would do this, so
Yeah.
I would do it too. Yeah.
Good, good. And I'd love it, Julia, if you could share what your initial skepticisms or fears were around the time investment and the money investment that you made before you took that plunge, as the big commitment on both fronts. What would you share with another firm owner that you can share that you were scared about or whatever skepticisms you had?
I was scared about the money investment initially, but I felt like it was up to me to make sure that I recoup that investment, right? So
Yep.
I have no doubts that I will recuperate my investment. But also, the time commitments seem, like a lot,
Yep.
juggling work and family.
Yep.
But I feel like when you really want something, you put the effort. And again, it was up to
Find the
me
time.
to do that. And at the end of the day, it's really worth it because it will change your mindset and give you the tools that you need to be a better salesperson and
Yeah,
to be able to better serve your clients as well.
love it. And Julia, before we wrap up, if you could go back and tell yourself 3 months ago, your younger self, about the 8 week sales mastery course and the program and working with us here at the Abundant Accountant, what would you share with your younger self that you wish you would have heard in one of these videos that maybe I haven't asked you, but you feel compelled to share?
Well, I would told myself, that I should value my work more and investing in myself.
Hmm.
I should be investing in myself as well.
Yeah.
And this course allowed me to do that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you invested financially and you put in a lot of time. So kudos to
Yes.
you.
Yes, a lot of work. That way you definitely will. I feel like, yes, I was definitely getting all my money's worth with the homework.
Yes, you had a lot of homework and you completed everything 100%. So good job. Um,
Yeah.
is there anything else that you would love to share with another firm owner, Julia, that maybe I didn't ask you, but you feel like you want to share about what you like best about the program or what was different about working with us here at the Abundant Accountant family than other things that you've experienced?
I really like the accountability part of the program because a lot of times we buy programs and you actually never finish them. But
Yeah.
this one, you actually have your support and you get so much feedback from the homework.
Yeah.
And I would say just go ahead and don't think it twice. Just, invest in this course.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Julia, for sharing. And it's been an honor to see your growth and just keep doubling your prices. Every client just compounds one after the other. So keep it up.
Yes, I will.
Lovely. Thank you.
Okay.